Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson. I want to say Lamar Jackson so far is doing phenomenal with the Baltimore Ravens at this moment. I want to say that victory he had against the Houston Texans managed to put 41 points up, 41-7. It was a team effort. I mean, the dude was really pretty much flawless in that game, man. I believe he threw like 3 touchdowns. Rushed a lot, man. Rushed a lot of yards. He averaged at least about 8.3 yards per game every time he touched the ball. And people on ESPN, I'm gonna see how Shannon Sharp is talking about this and Skip Bayless, but they want to talk about the race between Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson. Now, Russell Wilson is a good quarterback as well, man. I mean, he's really they started off a little bit slow, and going back into when they went against the Baltimore Ravens, I want to say like the second week or so, it was 30-16, and Lamar Jackson threw I think for 1 touchdown, I believe, and he ended up rushing for at least like 1 touchdown and 14 carries, man, and average at least about 8.3 yards per game, 114 yards, and that's phenomenal. Now, this when it gets to debate is that he has more rushing touchdowns and more rushing yards than Russell Wilson. Now, back then when Russell Wilson was a rookie, he used to do all that. He's still very mobile to this day, but he was pretty much okay. Now I'm maybe getting to the pocket. I'm gonna run when I need to. And Lamar Jackson had a hard time balancing that his rookie season last year. And when he fell to defeat the Los Angeles Chargers in a wild card game, but he was coming back and getting to a better rhythm. And this when people on Twitter and all the social media was stating that, oh, he can't throw the ball far. He can't throw the ball. He's just always rushing. All right, well, Cam Newton was starting off like that. And what got to him? He went to the Super Bowl with the Carolina Panthers. Of course, the defense had to carry it. But, man, I mean, he put it in his work. He was putting in the work for the most part. And I have to say this with Lamar Jackson, this is more of him. I think he should get the MVP so far. If he continuously to put up these stats here, I mean, if you go into like this whole season, he threw for 19 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Russell Wilson threw 23 touchdowns, I believe 2 interceptions. And that's when they would say, well, usually the people who's the runner up and the candidate of the MVP is the one that's on track breaking records, the one who's throwing more touchdown passes. Of course, it's on a winning team, and he's pretty much the most valuable leader there. And Patrick Mahomes was in the discussion there, but they on a decline now because that Kansas City Chiefs defense is not really carrying that team far. I mean, I'm sorry. Even though if they may defeat the Los Angeles Chargers today, I hope they don't, but I wish they will win. But the defense, it's pretty much horrible. I mean, any team can really score on them. And Patrick Mahomes can do so much. He's coming back from an ACL injury. But for the most part, man, I really have to say is this, like, I mean, this dude is amazing. I mean, you look at his highlights, the way he defeated the Cincinnati Bengals, bro. I mean, he just broke like 2 defenders, man, ankles, man, and rushed and for a touchdown, just so clean. And how his IQ level of football is really good. Even though he can stand in the pocket and throw the ball, because he can throw really well. I mean, you look back into his stats in Louisville and his highlights, he can throw the ball. He can. But he utilized his legs and like, hey, whatever yardage I can get, whatever, if it's an opportunity for me to get a first down to actually improve and for my team to put my team in the best position and to score in that goal line, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And while he's young and 22 years of age, man, and he's doing it. He's taking full advantage of that. Now, as he get older and he's progressing his NFL career, I'm pretty sure his agent want him like, okay, man, well, just for your health and your safety, just kind of step back in the pocket a little bit. Only run when you need to. Don't be running, doing all that stuff, man. But I don't know, man. I mean, I hope they go. If the Boston Ravens go all the way this year, I mean, that would be amazing. We still don't know who's going to go to the Super Bowl, but I really have to say I was just thoroughly impressed too when he defeated the New England Patriots, man, 37-20. I mean, I was not expecting that. They were the underdogs, literally. I mean, the Patriots were supposed to come in and just blow them out. Oh, well, I don't say blow them out, but it was supposed to be a competitive game, and Patriots were supposed to be on top. And 37-20, man, just throwing the touchdown. I don't think he threw a touchdown pass, but he was rushing. And Gus Edwards helped him out a lot. So, I mean, they have a real good chemistry, a real good team. I mean, I go back to Pete Carroll with the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, Russ is doing his thing too. I mean, he's just being very accurate now, really making too many mess ups. I don't think he have any too many fumbles like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson had at least about 5 fumbles, I believe, this year. I think last year he had 3 fumbles. I mean, it is what it is, bro. I just no, actually, I think he had 3 fumbles, man, as far as him rushing. But I mean, I mean, for the most part, man, the Baltimore Ravens defense and Lamar Jackson is just really is going up there, man. 59-10 when they went against the Miami Dolphins. 5 touchdowns. It went from 17 to 20. 324 yards. I mean, these are like phenomenal stats, and it just keeps going up and up, man. And he's going against like tough teams. But I have to say, like, just give it to Lamar Jackson. I mean, Russell Wilson is up there too, but man, like that deep run in the playoffs in the AFC, I can't really think of a team that can stop him. Maybe the Patriots can probably have a shot at them, but I mean, for him just blowing out the Houston Texans like that, man. I mean, and they were the ones. They're number one in the AFC South. That says a lot, man. But well, we still got to see. We got like 5 more games left, man. There's still a lot of football left, a little bit of football left, man, and going to that postseason, see what's gonna happen, man. But I have to say I'm liking what I'm seeing at this moment, man. I mean, this dude knows how to get these first downs, how to just juke and spin, move. I mean, throwing the ball. I mean, it's fun to watch, and I believe he's a great potential candidate to get the MVP, maybe over Russell Wilson, especially if he gets into run deep into the playoffs, man, or before he runs deep into the playoffs, so they win like. Of course, over 500 in a record, and he continuously throw like 2 or 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions, man, and rushing and scoring. Hey, whatever he's doing is working, man. The offensive coordinator is doing a great job. That's all I have to say, man. It's probably somebody yelling outside, my goodness. But Russ, it's debatable. But Russ, man, I just think that the only thing with Russ may be just a downplay with that for the MVP, maybe not get over Lamar Jackson, is the fact that Russell Wilson doesn't have any more rushing touchdowns as him, and the fact that Russ may have more touchdown passes and least interceptions. That's what people probably going to take the stats from. But Lamar, man, I mean, it's just like every time the Baltimore Ravens have a possession, they find a way to score, and they blowing out these teams with like double digits. There's really not too many scores that's just been real close. I mean, besides the Kansas City Chiefs game in a few weeks back. But this is just my thoughts. I believe Lamar Jackson should be a strong candidate, should be number one first, then Russ Wilson. You can put Patty Mahomes. It depends how he play, especially tonight. But I mean, those quarterbacks right there. Oh, and Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is probably beneath that. But I mean, oh man, he's just outperforming a lot of players, and this is something good for the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, you outperformed Russell Wilson from 30-16. I mean, at Century Lake Field. I mean, that's a really hard stadium to play. You gotta give him a props when props due, man. I mean, his stats and numbers don't lie right here. I mean, threw over 2,000 so far, 3,459 yards. Man, I mean, rushed for over so far. That's for his whole career. I'm sorry. So, let's see, rushing for the season. What do you rush for the season? Yeah, 788 yards and 6 touchdowns. Wow. A quarterback rushed for 788 yards and 6 touchdowns this so far. And last year, he rushed over 695 yards and averaged about 4.7 yards per game, 5 touchdowns. I mean, this is just... And he rushed for 6 touchdowns so far, and it's still like 5 games left. 788 yards, almost hit that 1,000 mark. Not too many quarterbacks can do that, man, besides like Michael Vick. But, I mean, I had to tell you, after seeing that beautiful route running, him against Cincinnati Bengals last week, I was just like, oh, goodness, man. This dude is something special. But that's all I really have to say, man. No shade on Russ Wilson. I like him too. I love how he played, and he has a great football IQ. But I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to put these stats out here and have all these rushing touchdowns. I think that's what the MVP is going towards right now. Lamar Jackson should get it. I don't know how Andy Reid feels about this, or what's his name, Rex Ryan. I'm going to look at some more ESPN takes, but I just want to give my opinion here. This is not a fact. This is just my opinion, but the stats are here are factual. So if they're going to go by who has the most rushing touchdowns and gets the best highlights, I mean, they probably going to go with him. We'll see, man. But it's your boy, Young Lean Jr. I'm out. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think Russell Wilson or Lamar Jackson get the MVP? I mean, whoever between those two, who do you think should get? Russell Wilson should get the MVP, or it should be Lamar Jackson or Deshaun Watson, Patty Mahomes? Who knows, man? I mean, so you guys tell me, man. I just want to hear your thoughts on here. If you want to continuously to donate to the channel, Cash App, Young Lean Jr. That's all I really have to say, man. Lamar Jackson, continue to do your thing. Russell Wilson, you do as well. And we're gonna see, man. It's gonna come down to probably like week 16, week 17, man. But that's all I gotta say. I'm out. Deuces.